Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Today we will continue to talk about Aññatarapurisavatthu, the story of a certain persons from Dhammapada. Dīghā jāgarato ratti dīghaṃ santassa yojanaṃ dīgho bālāna saṃsāro saddhammaṃ avijānata. Mabyo no ne tho tu a ñata di shilya I. Khipan tho tu a yojana khi di shilya I. Turagaun taya ko mati tho lumai tu a tandra di shilya I. Long is the night to the sleepless. Long is the least to the weary. Long is worldly existence to fools who know not the sublime truth. The Buddha taught this stanza, dīghā jāgarato ratti. You know, Kosala kings, he have attachment to the other person's wife. That is why he has such a desire in his mind, kamechanda. Because of this reason, his mind is hot with the kilesa, defilement, such a desire. Then he couldn't sleep the whole night. Although it is only one night, but he thought it is very long. Is it? When the sun will appear, he thinking in this way. Then dīghaṃ santassa yojanaṃ, you know, the certain persons, he went to one yojana journey to find the white and brown lotus flowers together with red clay because of king's order. Then he was also very tired to go to, you know, about 5 miles. Only just about 10 miles. Actually, normally it is not so far, but here he was very tired. The Kosala king is torturing him. That is why he thought it is very long. Okay, only one yojana journey is very long because of tiredness. Then dīgho bālāna saṃsāro saddhammaṃ avijānata. The fools, for the fool, the saṃsāra is very long. Saṃsāra is very long because of not knowing of the Four Noble Truths or the good Dhamma. It is very long. Saṃsāra originally very long. Is it? Saṃsāra is very long. You know, the Buddha also says, Anamata goyam bhikkhave saṃsāro pubbā koti na piññāyati. Bhikkhu, saṃsāra is without discoverable beginning. Saṃsāra is very long. Saṃsāra is beginningless. The Buddha says in this way. Then at the end of the stanza, the certain man became Sotapanna. Then because of the Buddha's admonishment, order, then the Kosala king also released all men, women, and animals. they are free from the danger of Kosala kings. Is it? Otherwise, if the Buddha didn't explain the meaning of do, sa, na, so, then he will kill the Sati man. Then he will take this person's wife. Then he will do such a misconduct. Then he will do Panadipada killing living being. Kamesu mecha jara do such a misconduct. Then he will commit such kinds of very serious sila. Then he will probably go to hell. But because of the Buddha's order, admonition, then he realized, then he released all persons' life. They escaped from the danger of the Kosala king. At that time, many young men and young girls, they were very happy. Then they washed their hair and they went back to their house. Then what happened? Chiran Jiwatu no ea malika dewi dan nexaya jiwi dan labema. May Malika Dewi have long life and healthy. Malika Dewi, the Queen Malika. May the Queen Malika have long life and healthy. They are dependent on the Malika Queen. We are free from the danger. We got our life. Then they also send metta to Malika Devi. Then in the evening, bhikkhu have conversation each other in assembly hall. Then they are also talking about Malika. Malika Queen is very wise. Depending on Malika Queen, then she offer many escape from the danger of their life. Is it? Because of Malika Queen, depending on Malika Queen's wisdom, now they are free from the danger of their life. Then Malika Queen save many beings' life. They are talking about Malika Queens. At that time, the Buddha went to this place. What are you talking about? Then they also answer, we are talking about Malika Queen's wisdom. Depending on Malika Queen's wisdom, many escape from the danger of their life. Malika Queen saved their life with her wisdom. At that time, the Buddha says, Malika saved many people's life, not only in this present life, but also in the past. When the Buddha introduced the birth story of Malika, then what will happen? Many Bhikkhu Sangha also requested the Buddha, Bhante, please tell the birth story of Malika, how she saved many people's life. Then because of the Bhikkhu's request, the Buddha also explained the birth story of Malika, how she saved people's life in the past. Is it? Okay, long time ago, in Varanasi country, there was one dīgha, powerful dīgha, who is living in banyan tree, banyan tree. At that times, the Varanasi king has a lot of sons. Maybe one eldest sons. Okay, one of the son, the prince of Varanasi came. Then he went to this banyan tree. Then he prayed the dīgha from banyan trees. Then he also make one expression, one wish. What happened? Oh, dīgha from this banyan tree, okay? If I become a king in this country when my father passed away, then I will offer, with the blood from the throat of 101 king in this Jambudvipa island. Jambudvipa island is South Island. Jambudvipa, like India, the whole India, it's not only one part. Then I will offer, then we call Bali, okay? Bali puja, a kind of religious offering. Then what will happen? He will catch all kings from each country. After that, he will take the blood from their throat. Then he will offer with those bloods to the king from the banyan tree. Or he says in this way. Okay, he went to this banyan trees to pray for many times. Then one day what happened? Then Varanasi king, his father passed away. Then luckily he became a king in this Varanasi country. He thought he became a king because of the help of the dīgha from banyan tree. Is it? Actually not because of dīgha. Because of only he is one reason, he is a prince. He may be the eldest prince of the king. That is why when his father passed away, he automatically became a king in this country. But he thought he became a king because of the dīgha or because of his prayer, his wishes, aspirations. Is it? Or according to his promise, then he need to offer the blood from 101 kings, the throats. Then, beginning from when he became a king in Varanasi country, then what happened? He fought with one country. He fought with the king from one country. Then he conquered this king. Then he became his follower. He cannot reject. Then he occupied this king's country. Then what happened? Then when he became powerful, then he also fight with another king from another country. Then he also occupied this country. In this way, he occupied 101 countries. Then he became many empire, empire, British Empire. Then became NATO group, is it? Then all became his follower. Then when he became powerful, then one day he caught all kings. Why? He need to offer the blood of the king's blood from the king's throat to the dīgha from banyan tree. That is why he caught all kings one by one. After that, he prepares to kill those kings by giving the poisonous juice. Then when they drink the poisonous juice, they will die. Then they will take the blood from their throat. Then he will offer those bloods to the dīgha from banyan tree according to his promise. Then, not only what he says, not only according to his promise, not only king, okay, also all the queen, first lady of the king, then he will also offer the blood from their throat, according to his promise. Then he got all 101 kings together with their first lady, queen. But one thing, there's among the 101 kings, youngest king name is Uggasena. His wife has, the very, she was pregnant, nearly giving birth, a child. That is why when the Varanasi king caught the king and queens from 101 countries, because of her pregnancy, he left this queen, Uggasena's queen. Her name was Dhammapada. Then he caught all 101 kings and 100 queens. Then he brought those king and queens to these banyan trees to keep them. Is it? Then they also clean around the banyan tree. Then he prepares to keep those king and queens there. At that time, the dīgha from banyan tree, dīgha, how to do? He became again because of his karma, not because of me. But he became again because of me. Then how to do? Then whether I can prevent not to kill the king and queen here or not. If he kill those all kings here, then what will happen? The lineage of the king in those South islands will disappear. Is it? Then dynasty will disappear. Dynasty, only just one king will remain. The other king from the small country will disappear. Their lineage will disappear. That is why then I should try to prevent. Is it? Then if he kill and take the blood from their throat, then there will be dirty with the blood near my banyan tree. The two reasons, the dynasty lineage of the king will disappear in this island. One thing, the area of my banyan tree will be dirty. That is why I should try to prevent, not to keep them. Then he consider himself, he reflect whether he can prevent the Varanasi king not to kill the other king or not. Then when he reflect on this, then he cannot. He is not. He will not be able to prevent him not to kill. Then he also go to the other dīgha from the other tree. Oh, please help me to prevent this king not to kill the other king. Then they also reflect themselves. No, I cannot prevent. In this way, although he asked many dīgha to prevent, not to keep the kings there, then what happened? Cannot. Dīgha also cannot do anything if you have some problem. Is it? If you have some problem, etc. Don't pray. You need to solve yourself. Is it? Then what will happen? Then they also went to the 4 dīgha from Jatumarajika dīgha. He also approached the dīgha from banyan tree approached those 4 dīgha. Then they also cannot prevent. Then finally they suggest, there's a Saka, our devotee. Saka is a more powerful and he is wiser than us. You should go and discuss with the Saka. Then this dīgha from banyan tree went to the Sakas. "Oh, Saka, please help me." Then you know Varanasi king is preparing to kill 101 king together with their wives, their queens. If he kill all king and queen, then the dynasty in this island will disappear. That is why, please go and prevent. Then what happened? He also reflect himself, "No, I cannot prevent. You know, I have no ability to admonish this king when we are experiencing the problem or suffering. Why Saka don't have? He is Sotapanna. Now we have many problems in our sasana. In this way, they also blame the Saka. This is not because of Saka, is it? The Saka also cannot prevent. Okay, cannot prevent, not to kill. Then, but although I cannot prevent him not to kill the king, but I have one way. I will give you one method. Then, what is his method? When he is preparing to kill the kings near banyan tree, at that time you wear the regular rope. After that, you show your body and you prepare to leave from your tree. At that time, he will probably request you not to leave from the tree. One thing, is it? The one thing, okay, he didn't catch the youngest king's wife, Augustina's wife, Dhammapada, because of her pregnancy. Actually, she is very wise. She can admonish this Varanasi king. Then, you said, when you, after preparing to leave from the tree, at that time he will request you not to leave. At that time you say to him, how to say? You tell to him, you tell him, how to tell? You promise me to offer 101 kings and their wife, but you only just caught 101 king and 100 queen only, but there's a one queen remaining. If you want to offer their blood to me, according to your promise, you shall offer 101 kings and 101 queens blood. You said in this way. According to the Saka's advice, then he also tried in this way. Okay, he went back to his banyan tree. Then you know, Varanasi king already prepared to kill the kings near the banyan tree. Then at that time, according to Saka's advice, then he also wear the regular robe and he show his body. Then after that he pretends to leave from his banyan tree. Then Varanasi king also saw, he is going to leave from his tree. At that time, oh Deva, don't leave from your tree. I am preparing to offer the blood of the kings to you. Then at that time, the Deva says to the king, when you pray to become a king, you promised me you will offer 101 kings' blood and 101 queens' blood. But now, only 101 kings and 100 queens only. One queen still remaining. When he said in this way, okay, then I will go and catch the Dhammapada queen. Then according to his order, they also catch Dhammapada queen with the pregnancies. Is it? Then she reached here. At that time, the king are here around those areas. The Dhammadina's husband, the king Augustina is the youngest one. That is why he was sitting behind. Then when she reached in front of the Varanasi king and all kings, then what happened? She should pay respect to the Varanasi kings and the other kings, but she just pay respect to her husband only, the youngest one. She didn't pay respect to the other. Is it? At that time, the Varanasi king was getting angry with her. Oh, why you didn't pay homage to me? You only just pay homage to your husband, youngest king. Sure, this is my husband. She gave me a lot of things. Is it? That is why I pay homage to my husband. I didn't pay homage to you. Then, when she says in this way, the dīgha from banyan tree also called, it is right. Then he also offered the one handful of flowers to the Dhammapada queens. After saying in this way, it is right, queen, it is right. Is it? That means she calls her, do this is right, etc. Okay, if you don't pay respect to me, it is okay. But when you don't pay respect to the dīgha from this banyan tree, he gave me the kem, the kemdan. He gave me the kemdan. You should pay respect to the dīgha from banyan tree. Then what she says? You think the dīgha from banyan tree give your kemdans to you. Actually, this is wrong idea. Because of your karma, you became a king in this Varanasi country, not because of the dīgha from banyan tree. Or when he answered in this way, then dīgha also called, this is right, this is right. Then she also offered the handful of flowers to the Dhammapada queen. Is it? Then after that, the Varanasi king says to her, okay, if you don't pay respect to me and the dīgha from banyan tree, it is okay. But actually, I caught those 101 kings with the existence of the dīgha from this banyan tree. Then why you don't pay respect to the dīgha from banyan tree? He also says in this way. Then she says to the Varanasi king, no, it is also wrong idea. It is also wrong. Actually, you caught the king from the other country because of your power only, not because of the dīgha. Then he answered in this way. Is it? He answered in this way. Then you think you can conquer the other king because of power or the dīgha from this banyan tree? If he really has power, then, here, for example, this is banyan tree. There's also another tree. The fire is burning on this tree, very close to the banyan tree. Then you see here, there's one tree that was burning by the fire, but even the dīgha cannot prevent the fire not to burn this tree. How he will have power? He says in this way. If someone, for example, we have, there are also the dīgha in our house, home, tree, etc. But when the fire comes, they also need to run away. They cannot prevent the fire. Is it? Then if they have power to prevent, then he will be able to prevent, not to burn the tree. But he couldn't prevent. Now the fire is burning the tree. When he explained in this way, then they were also says, okay, yes, this is right, this is right. This is right. Then what happened? Then after this, he also offered the flowers to the queen. Then after saying in this way, then Dhammadina queen cried and after that smiled, cried and laughed. You know, she also cried. After that, she was also laughing. Then what happened? Then when the Varanasi king saw this condition, are you crazy? Are you mad? Why you are crying and why you are laughing at the same time? Then she explained, I am not crazy, I am not mad. I remember one thing. You know, if you want to listen my past story, I will tell you. Okay, please tell your past story. Okay, in the past, she remembered her past life. Then I was also a lady in one husband's house. One day, you know, one visitor of my husband's friends came to our house. Then I want to serve with the delicious food, but we don't have. Then I also gave the money to the workers to buy the meat in the market. Then the worker went to the market and found the meat, but she couldn't find. She couldn't find. Then at that time, I was not happy. Then I took the knife and I killed the she-goat in my house. You know, she cut the she-goat's throat. Then, okay, with this goat's meat, then they also cook and offer the delicious food to the visitors in her house. Because of this karma, after passing away, I fell into hell for a long time. Then when I escaped from the hell, I also became, you know, animals, human being, etc. Whenever I was born as animal or human being, then I was killed by the people by cutting my head according to the number of the hair of the she-goat. Many hair in she-goat, is it? Goat, many hair. This one comes from this. When you kill some animal by cutting their head, then you will be killed by many times. You will be killed by cutting your head according to the hair, the number of the hair of this animal comes from this one. Is it? Then be careful. Because I remember this suffering, then I also cried. She explained to the Varanasi king. Okay, when you are loving, then I love me, I escape from this suffering. Or one day, okay, because of this reason, I also experienced a lot of suffering. They also cut my head in many lives. If you kill 101 kings and 101 queens by cutting their head, then sure you will also experience such kinds of suffering like me in the past. They will cut your head in many lives. Because of this reason, I cry by thinking about your suffering. This is because the reason for crying. Is it? Then another one is when you are loving. Okay, I escaped from this suffering. Now I am a human being. Because of this reason, now I am smiling, I am loving. Oh. Then when he heard what the Dhammapada Queen explained, then he was afraid of this. Then finally, what happened? Then when she explained in this way, then the dīgha from banyan tree also called sadhu, sadhu, this is right, this is right. Then he also offered flowers to the Dhammapada Queen. Then when he had this condition, the Varanasi king was afraid of this, and he felt the sense of urgency in his mind because of admonishment or order from Dhammapada Queen. Is it? Then if I kill the king and queens, sure I will experience such kinds of suffering. They will be killed. I will be killed by cutting my head in many lives. According to the number of the hair from body, then it is very dangerous. Then finally what happened? Then he released all kings and queens. Then he decided not to kill the kings and queens. Then he also sent the king and queens to their own country because of order of Dhammapada Queen. Is it? Okay. She is very wise. She was very wise. Then the Buddha says, no, the Malika Queen is wife not only in this present life. She was very wise even in the past. She saved many beings' life not only in this present life. She also saved many persons' life in the past, depending on her wisdom. Many people also free from the danger of their life, depending on the wisdom of Malika Queen. The Buddha explained. Okay? At that time, Malika was Dhammapada Queen. Varanasi king was Kosala king. Kosala king was Varanasi king. Then I was the dīgha from banyan tree. Bodhisattva also cannot save, no? Bodhisattva Buddha to be. I was the dīgha from banyan tree. The Buddha explained in this way. After that, the Buddha continued to talk about the killing living being is not suitable to do. Everybody should abstain from killing living beings, should not kill living beings. Is it? Then after killing living beings, sure, they will regret and they will feel suffering. Or they will be sad, they will grieve in their life. Then after killing, then they will also fall into hell. Then by saying this, the Buddha recites one stanza. Ita sojati, peja sojati, babakari ubhyada sojati. So sojati, so vihanyati, desawa kama kileta matano. If they do akusala, evil actions, sure, they will feel sufferings. They will experience suffering in this present life. They will not be happy. Then after passing away, they will also fall to lower state. At that time, they will also experience more suffering. Is it? That is why, after doing the evil deeds, then by thinking these evil deeds, then they will feel suffering. They will feel grief. They will not be happy. Because of this reason, then one person should not kill another person. They still need to be reborn in many lives. Then, if they kill living beings, then they will experience a lot of suffering in many lives. The Buddha says this stanza, is it? At the end of the stanza, many become Sotapanna, etc. Okay. Then, you know, this is the story of Aññatarapurisavatthu, the story of certain persons. In this story, you see, Kosala kings want to keep the certain man to take his wife. Then, after that, he will do Kamesu Mechachara, such a misconduct. But because of Mallika queen's wisdom, then he didn't do this akusala karma. Then Mallika saved many beings' life, not only in this present life, also in the past life. The Buddha taught this story. Then because of the Buddha's admonishment, the certain persons also became Sotapanna. Many persons also free from their life or the danger of their life. Is it? The danger of their lives. Then, according to the story, whatever evil deeds will make suffering in the future. That is why you should avoid doing the evil deeds. You should abstain from killing living beings. You should abstain from doing such misconduct and the other akusala. Then based on this morality, you should continue to practice to attain Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, share okay. Sukhi hotu, Nibbana pisya hotu. Sadhu, sadhu, numodami. Sadhu, numoditavam. Khammami khamitavam. Sukhi hotu, Nibbana pisya hotu. Okay, you know, share marriage. The certain man share his marriage to dīgha and dragon, etc. Then dragon have him, is it? Because of this story, then son requested to share marriage to them after giving the talk. Okay, repeat after me to share your marriage to all beings. Idame punya, asawakaya, vahan hotu. Idame punya. Nibbanasa Pichayo hodu Mama punya bhagam Sabba saddhammaṃ Bhajemi Te sabbe Me samma Punya bhagam Labbandu Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.